Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome. It's first time we're going to try and do something like an online choir, or at least give us an opportunity to try and have a bit of a sing together. We've got a few people still joining in, so we'll just give it a minute or so. I'm just going to go and shut some doors behind me and stuff. So give us 2 seconds, and then we'll get kicking off, and hopefully we've got a few more people with us. Okay, but I hope you're feeling like you're ready for. Jack, that's a fantastic comment. Thank you, Mr. Furlong. Love it, love it. I feel like I need that just on my wall behind me here. Welcome to Mr. G's room. Anyway, give me 2 seconds just to go and shut some windows and doors, and we will get cracking. Okay, cool, good. We're all closed up, we're all shut off, he says. And so we're kind of ready to go. So obviously, guys, this is a bit of an experiment. We're not really quite sure exactly how it's going to pan out, how everyone's going to work. I haven't yet come across a really good kind of way of being able to get everybody together in a virtual classroom, a bit like a Zoom or a Skype or a Teams or anything like that, and being able to kind of get everybody singing and making sense at the same time without there being that really awkward and horrible delay between everybody. So we're going to try it this way today and see what comes of it. I'm going to talk you through a little bit of a project that hopefully we'll get out of today, whether that is taking advantage of the opportunity just to get ourselves singing, but also hopefully to produce something pretty cool as well in the form of a series of riffs that we're going to try and put together, okay? But as with any rehearsal, I just want to get us warmed up a little bit. So I hope that you're all standing. You probably do need to stand. I hope you're not kind of slouched over. If you're anything like me, you'll have been sitting at a desk for the majority of today, and I know I need to get out in this sunshine in a little bit and get out and get a bit of fresh air, get a bit loose. So make sure that you're standing up, and we're just going to get our bodies and our voices warm a bit. So I just want you, I'm sure it's been a long time since any of us did any proper singing, so just take a big deep breath in, please, guys. Breathing in and out. In your own time, breathe out as far as you can. Keep going, get rid of it all. Really, really work those muscles in here. Get rid. Obviously, breathe when you need. Very good. Do the same thing again. This time, as you shake it, as you get rid of it all, just feel all of your muscles really nice and loose so that everything is getting out of your body. Same again, guys. Breathing in and breathe out just as far as you can. No particular sound, no specific or anything. Just condense all of that air out of your body until there's nothing left at all. Nice. Good. Same again then. But this time, we're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to breathe out to... and we're going to breathe out for 8 counts. Okay, so warm up, most of you all know very, very well. So we're going to breathe in for 4, keep it nice and loose and as not tense as we possibly can as we do it. And we're going to breathe out for 8 to okay, breathing in, guys. 4 then. 1, 2. Out you go to 8 and 2, 3, 4. Get rid right to the end of 8, 6, 7, 8, and release. Remember, getting airflow all the way right through to the end of that 8th count. Okay, let's go again. Same thing. In for 4 and out for 8. Then breathing in for 1, 2, 3, out we go, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, work it out, 8, and stop. Really nice. Okay, give yourselves a shake. Try not to take any tension into your body as we're doing all of this. And we'll extend that out breath now from 4 to 16 counts. Okay, so we'll breathe in for 4 and out for 16. Remember that doing this to your body as you breathe in is not going to take any more air in. It's just going to make it harder for you to deal with. So in for 4 and out for 16. Just keep everything really nice and relaxed as you do it. Good strong posture. Feel these legs. And in for 4 and out for 16. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3. Out you go. And 2, 3. Don't commit too much too soon. 5, 6, 7. This is halfway through. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, all the way, find it, 15, 16, and stop. Really nice. Hopefully by the time you got there, you got a really nice kind of release of air as you got through to the end of that, feeling like you had get rid of absolutely everything inside your body and that lovely response of the clean, fresh air that comes into your body. Okay, good. So we've got a little bit of breathing going on. Hopefully you're feeling nice and loose. Hopefully your muscles around the sides of your body here, the front and the back, and everything up in your chest is all feeling nice and loose and ready to do a bit of singing. We're going to just get our voices making just a little bit of sound. Okay, so with my hand in the middle here, we're either going to go down or we're going to go up or even up and down. And I'd like you to make just some kind of a focus sound, like an with an N or an Nothing too strong, don't force it, just really, really gentle humming. etc. And if my hand goes up, you let your voice follow. And if my hand goes down, you let your voice follow with it, creating some kind of circular motion. Top is all the way up here, bottom is all the way down here. Okay, so let's just not go too much too soon. Okay, we'll extend that range as we go through the exercise. Here we go. So find a note anywhere in the middle of your register on a hum or an or an or anything you like, and follow my hand. Here we go. Very good. Don't go too far too soon. Breathe as and when you need. It's nice to breathe when you're not right at the extreme, so don't breathe when you're right at the bottom or right at the top, but somewhere in the middle, like there would be a good place to breathe should you need to. Okay, now let's start to extend that down to the bottom and just a little bit further over the top. And keep extending that register further down to the bottom of your range. Up we come, up we come, up we come. Begin to send it over the top. As I say, breathe when you need to. And one more time, all the way to the bottom, and send this one right over the top as you possibly can. When you get there, over we go and down. Okay, relax and breathe. Check it out. Good. Let's do the same again. Instead of a hum this time, we're going to open that out to a really nice, just give your cheeks a bit of a rub, wake your face up. Okay, really nice and relaxed. Really relaxed tongue inside. We're going to do it to an E this time. So E, etc. Here we go. Follow my hand. Breathe when you need to, and E, etc. Up you go. Don't go too far too soon. Down we come to the bottom. Good. That range has already been nice and stretched by the humming one that we did. So up we go. Down we come all the way to the bottom. And then up we go and over and over and over and over. Send this one. Good. All the way to the very bottom. And this one's going to come right over to the very, very top. Really send it. Sound like a firework if you can. And over we go. Good. Shake it out. Well done. Nice and relaxed. Excellent stuff. Okay, so we don't have, obviously, the capability to hear everybody else, but we're going to just get our voices moving in an exercise that we know pretty well. Okay, so we're going to have some kind of humming, opening out to an E, and it's going to go. Off we go. A couple more. Don't be too shy in your own home. When you let that voice start to sing, I know it feels very weird. A couple of comments are saying it feels a bit weird when you're doing it all by yourself. We still want to make sure that we're singing well and we're singing properly. There's the last one. Okay, good. Very nice. Yeah, good. A couple of you saying on the chat there that it does feel like it's strange when you're doing it by yourself. It really does feel strange singing by yourself. And it feels sort of, particularly when you're in a public place in the house, or even if you're in your room, it definitely does feel like a really kind of exposing thing. It's one of the most difficult things of singing. And we take so much comfort in that knowledge that other people are there. But know that other people are there. Other people are singing with you as well, even if it is somewhere 40 miles down the distance, in the distance on the other side of school from whatever direction you travel. So, good. What are we going to do then over the course of this kind of virtual session? Well, the plan is that just for today at least, we're going to see if we can get a bit of output by the end of our session. So I'm planning to go for probably about 20 minutes or so, I guess till about 4:30, something like that. We'll wait and see, but roughly around about then. And I've put together just a series of very short riffs that we can teach today for the first time. So they're brand new to everybody. They were brand new to me until about an hour and a half ago when I tried to put some of them down. We will try and get to a stage where everybody is comfortable and familiar with kind of most of those riffs, even if not all of them. Okay, and what I'm going to then ask you to do is to, once you've got really comfortable with them, to ask you to either sing along to this track when this goes back to YouTube, or to get yourself a metronome and record yourself singing along to 2, 3, or 4 of those riffs, however many you want to do, and whatever ones seem to suit your voice the best, and then email them in to me. And a little bit like that SSA virtual choir that we pieced together. Don't need to have a video this time. Okay, it will just be on a voice recording. So whatever facility your phone or your devices have got for recording your voices just by themselves, you can send that in to me as an audio, as a sound recording. and we will try then and piece it all together and get just a bit of a representation of what it is that we've been able to achieve in this kind of virtual session that we're doing tonight, okay? So to give you a basic idea, what do we mean when we're building up a riff? Well, it is a case of having sort of 2 bars or 4 bars that go round and round and round, without it being too, hopefully not too repetitive for the audience. The way to do that is that we vary our texture all the time. Okay, so we might start with our basses, and then we might go into our altos, because let's face it, the altos always have the most interesting lines. And then we might add some percussion, or we might take some percussion away, and or we might put the soprano line by itself over the top, for example. Any of these kinds of things. And to be honest with you, I don't know what way we're going to layer it until I get some of your recordings in. So hopefully that is something that we're going to be able to do in the next kind of 24, 48 hours or so. I'd love to get this to be something that we can just kind of roll out pretty quickly, rather than it needing to take weeks and weeks to piece a big video together. Okay, so to give you an idea, I've put together something that's a little bit jazzy, so that hopefully we can all find a bit of fun in some of them. And it sounds something like this. I'm just going to play you kind of all the parts as best I can, rather than going through each of them individually just yet, and then we'll learn them all individually in a set. So it sounds something like this. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it finishes with some kind of syncopated finish at the end there. So definite cheese, yeah, definite cheese, lots of that going on here, but at the same time should be pretty fun for us to kind of layer up all of those individual components. So basses, you guys get, or I say basses. Anybody that wants to join in with bass or anything like that can learn this part. And what I suggest that we probably do is, rather than kind of being restricted by those bounds of what we think are basses and not basses, etc., let's just everybody kind of learn everything and then see what you feel like suits your voice, etc. So, pretty classic jazz walking bass line, and it goes like this. We're going to do it to the sound of a do, and it sounds like do, 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 do. I'm just going to keep repeating that, guys. Join in so that you know what it sounds like. Get it set in your voice. Really important that there's a gap in between each of those, so it doesn't sound too fluid. It doesn't have the same punch about it. So, etc. Good. Okay, so that's probably our easiest part, not a particularly difficult one. Now, every kind of a cappella riff like this is going to need something to give us a bit of a percussive edge as well. So if we're going to put something really jazzy together, we're going to start with just a very basic hi-hat swung rhythm. It's going to go like this. As you do that, make the sound of a TS, so but just try and relax your tongue and your teeth as you do it, so we don't get but have a go. Practice it. Loop it round. And then that would work with etc. Good. Sorry if you can see me spitting all over my room here. Fortunately, it's only going to make it as far as the screen, so that's great for you guys. Okay, good. So we've got a bass line. We're going to put a line over the top of that. The tenors, or I say tenors, roughly speaking, tenors and baritones, you're going to have something that sounds quite similar, like this. So you're quite similar to each other. The first line that's going to sit over the top of the bass line then goes like this. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Good, hopefully you're joining in by that point. I'm going to ask you to change the second half of that so it isn't one long held note at the beginning. So we actually create here a 4-bar riff with a tiny difference in the third bar. Sounds like this. Okay, good. So you'll hear that in the bass line. It will sound something like, he says, something like this. really sorry that you're going to get to see that concentration face as I try and play all these parts as well. Good. Okay, so that's our second line. I'm not going to expect you to necessarily remember all of these straight away, but hopefully, obviously, you can either watch it back or when we just do a tiny bit of a recap at the end, you can pick one or two that you want to get very comfortable with. Okay, what I have nominally marked in as a tenor line is going to sound like this. It starts on the same thing, so it starts on the second beat of the bar, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Have a listen one more time, because it just gets a bit tricky in the middle as we change over between the slight differences between the two riffs. Okay, good. So hopefully we've got the sound of that. Now, as I said, put that together with the baritone part, or the second part we learned, and it's going to sound like this together. Okay, so a little bit of a bare fifth at the end there, feeling like it's a little bit open with our baritones and our basses. But, of course, then we're going to put the other parts on the top as well. Now, I joked earlier that the alto line gets a really boring part. Here it is. Sounds like this. No, I'm joking. It's not actually like that at all. Altos, you do have a tiny bit of movement. Okay, and you've got to have not just a syllable of do, but you've also got to have a syllable of a voo in there. Now, actually, in truth, does it matter if you get them all in the right place and at the right time? Absolutely not. But if you can practice your do, va-do, 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 that will work really well. Very classic kind of swingle singers a cappella that. Hey, so have a listen to one of the two alto lines. Sounds like this. Go around that again. Here we are. 1, 2, 3. One more time. Okay, good. So altos, that's actually got probably out of all the 8 parts in this, if you take the percussion out of it, the most kind of like perpetual motion. So that's what's going to drive our piece forward and give it the energy. So some of you altos, I'd love to hear that one recorded. That would be great. Okay, the other alto line then that we'll, as I say, normally altos, tenors, sopranos, whatever. You can sing whatever you want, guys. But in terms of where it sits in our texture, what would be the other alto line? Sounds like this. It comes straight in on the beat, and it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty sure I played that wrong the last time there, but hopefully you've got an idea of how it goes. Just realised I actually didn't realise A, where that finished, and B, just how high that was going to go. Altos, let's try that. Or in fact, everybody, you're hopefully having a go at this now. Give it a go for do, do, do. After 1, 2, go. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 again. Yeah, very good. Okay, good. So I say very good. I'm presuming that you guys are being as excellent as you normally are down the end of the camera there, but brilliant stuff. Excellent. Yes, Jack, it is quite high. Turns out it was higher than I thought that was going to be as well. But you know what? We've got to keep ourselves on in shape, haven't we? If I'm going to get you to give us a performance of Being Alive at some point, Jack, we're going to need those banging top notes. So keep working up there. Keep working up there. Okay, good. Now, I am going to take myself down the octave as we look at these 2 top parts in this then. So the soprano parts. It doesn't really matter whether you're in seniors or juniors, whatever age you are in the school, whatever part you normally sing. Hopefully, if you learn all of these, then parts, then you can choose to kind of record whichever ones you want. And as long as I get like a nice spread of all 8 of them, doesn't really matter to me who's recorded what. It'd be really nice. But sopranos, you sound like this. This is the soprano 2 line, so the second to top line. But as I say, everyone can learn everything. So you're in on the second beat of the bar, and it goes like this. No, it doesn't. Why did I play that differently? actually a lot of that is just filler harmony, filler texture, but the is really important at the end there. Okay, that's going to be a shining moment for that part. So when you hear it in the whole context here, you can just hear it coming over the top there. I can't play the bass line. But as you just hear it coming over the top, it is one of our most interesting parts. Okay, so let's just check that soprano 2 line out one more time. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and 1. Miss Huntress, you know I can't take your distractive comments while I'm trying to teach it. How long that hair is going to get is depends how long I wait before I think it's got to be done, that I hand over some clippers to somebody. But at the moment, I'm not going to lie, it's causing me problems. Having said that, I've taught a couple of people over the last couple of days who are coming to the lessons with hoods up because mum or dad has decided to give them a bit of a trim. And it has been really entertaining. They have taken those hoods off. So yeah, there's a fine balance to strike between, you know, slightly overheating with this mop and looking ridiculous, and also feeling like I don't want to have that sort of mortal embarrassment of it needing to grow for the next 10 weeks before I can show my face in public. Thank you, miss. Okay, fine. Last line then. You think I should diet and then morph into the actual to Sonic Mr. G? Thanks, Jack. Cheers. Right, cool. Should we do some singing now? Top part sounds like this. Soprano line nominally, but as I say, anybody can sing it, and to be honest, it will work if it's an octave down if some of the tenors or basses want to have this as well. So in the second bit of the bar, and a 1, 2, sounds like this, and try again. Okay, good. So those two top parts together then, one of them provides quite a lot of longevity, a lot of notes through each of the bars, and the part on the top, which I'm going to nominally play up here just because they'll otherwise get in the way of each other, is going to interact a bit like this. Have a listen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So you can hear the way that those two parts hopefully are interacting a little bit there. Okay, so guys, there are 8 parts, and the 7 vocal parts. Is it 7 vocal parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 7 vocal parts plus the percussion line that sits underneath all of that. If we just do a little bit of a quick recap now, I'm not going to go through obviously and teach all of them, but I'm not sure it's going to take us very long to work out our bass part. It sounds like this. Ideally to a do, etc. Good, okay, so hopefully some of our basses are going to be able to record that one in for me. Our baritone part, which sits over the top of that, sounds like this. Okay, our first tenor part, sorry, our tenor part, which sits over the top of that, sounds in a very, very similar way. You can make a lot of that second bar. Again, nothing else in the texture is prominent at that point. You guys have risen right to the top of your peak. So, let's really hear those come through as everyone else is kind of coming down. We can hear you guys shine through the texture at that point. Our alto motion one. Okay, that would be really cool for us to get in there. So a few altos to record that would be brilliant. Over the top of that, the other alto part. Okay, good. So that's our other alto part there. And our 2 top parts. Do that one more time because it is the hardest. So much so that, as I say, I can't play right. Okay, and then our final one that sits over the top of that is this one. No, it's not. Now, with all of these, and you can hear it sort of just being a little bit extra added notes and grace notes and crush notes and stuff. With all of this, you can be a little bit stylistic, a little bit swingy about it. Okay, so don't feel it needs to be absolutely kind of like absolutely perfect, oh, whatever it would be. If you're sliding and bending between some of the notes, that's really not physically, but with your voice, that would be really, really cool as well. Just give it a little bit of style and a little bit of sass. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to play through that probably sort of 4, 5, 6 times now. Not all of those individually, but as a collective. I want you to pick 1 or 2 of the lines and just try and work out where you're going to sit, which one you might choose to record as and when it comes to you recording something into a phone or into a device or something that you could then email over to me. Okay, so whether it is, or whether it is, or whatever one it is, that is the one that you desperately want to do, and give it a go. Okay, but try a few of them out. See how comfortable you feel sitting within the texture. Some of you I know might not love the one that's being underneath in another one, and some of you might love being on kind of on top of a part or on top of the texture or right underneath it. Definitely have a go at some of that percussion as well. Okay, definitely have a go at putting that underneath. And basses, if you can get a handle on the idea of a walking riff like that, then you might choose to A, put the t in the middle of it. You might choose to put the t in between it, and you might also choose to give me, because I know I've got a couple of bass guitarists on the thread there, you might choose to give me a bass slide every now and there. Probably not sounding like a firework up there, but you get the picture of sliding in over a bar line. That would be pretty cool as well. So we can try and mess about with it a little bit and have some fun. Okay, so see how much of it you can remember, and when we get to publishing the video in a bit, then you'll be able to go back and just kind of work out exactly which one you're going to do. For vague notes, there's a bass line that's going to go do 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 do. There's a first baritone line do 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 do. Tenor line, altos, other alto, soprano line, and the other soprano line. Can't believe I just did that. Okay, here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, once you're happy with the part you're singing, switch on to a different one. Try and find something else in the texture. Couple more times, find the last part, find another one. Okay, good. The reason I went onto that note at the end there is because we're going to work out a finish, because we can't just have it so that this just loops around and loops around and loops around, and then we're like, stop. Okay, so we're going to try and put something on the end of that is just a little bit more kind of bookendy, a little bit more what we call a button finish, to kind of finish everything off, and it's going to go like this. Okay, all on the sound of a do, do, do. We'll do it slowly because the syncopation's tough. Do, 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 do. And what I do want at the end of that is a slide away, something like this. Do 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 do. No, that's not right. Do 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 do. Okay, and let it fade away to nothing. So do at the end. Do 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 do. Have a listen to that. Let's try it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 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 do. Again, 1, 2, go. Last time, 1, 2, go. And hopefully you guys are going do at the end and just giving me a nice fall away. So if this is our speed, that syncopation then at the end comes out of one of those times round. Okay, so we're going to do 2 times round the riff, whichever one you want to pick. Basses, baritones, tenors, altos, altos, other altos, soprano 2, and soprano 1. Okay, whichever one of those you're going to pick, we're going to do it twice round, and I'm going to call it a 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go to our do 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 do. Okay, here we are on the riff. Basis. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Once more round over that, and okay, after 4, 1, 2, and 3, 8, move. That's the idea. Okay, so hopefully you've been able to kind of get a bit of an idea of how that might work. Now, what do I want from you guys to do? Well, looking at the way that we can go forwards then, what I'd really like you guys to be able to do is to either take it straight away now because you can remember what some of those different layers are, or go back on the video when it's published up on YouTube in a little bit. It'll just take a bit of time to process and then it will be there. Okay, go onto the channel and just have a watch back and make sure that you're completely happy with what the different lines are, and pick, I mean, one is fine, but 1, 2, 3, whatever you fancy. Okay, and I'd like you to have your phone or a device or something which has got a voice recorder on it. We need to make sure that we're all going to do it at the same tempo, obviously. Now, I've been doing that at around about a tempo of about 102 beats per minute, okay? 102, 103 beats per minute. So we're going to call it 102. That's the speed that I'd like us to work at, okay? So any metronome that you've got, find a speed of 102 beats per minute in it. It's actually a minimum at 102, but you won't really need to know that. So find the 102, okay? And that's going to be your, you need to hear that and get an idea of how fast that is. Now, you could have 2 devices where you've got a metronome in one ear, okay, making sure that you're keeping in touch, and you could then have your device that you're recording onto in somewhere else, in your hand or on the table in front of you or something, to get the recording done. If you're doing it on one device, what I suggest you probably actually do, okay, is maybe sing along, maybe have something like a computer playing the YouTube track in the background, not too loud and obviously away from the microphone so you don't hear this idiot going doo over the top of your recording, but so that you can actually sing along to that. So any way that you can engineer it to make sure that you're singing the right notes at the right time, any way that you can engineer it so that you're singing the right notes at the right speed, okay, that's a crucial thing in terms of me being able to layer all of this up. Go ahead and do that. So a couple of devices, one with a metronome, one with you singing, maybe just one device, play the backing track in the background, nice and quiet, and then record yourself over the top. And then I'd like you to email those to me, okay? Don't take ages about it, guys, okay? Don't take ages. Don't spend sort of 4 hours desperately trying to get it all right. What I would like you to do is to just kind of spend, 5 minutes making sure we've got a couple of little recordings. You only need to record the riff maybe, what should we say, maybe 3 times, so that I can just take the best one of those and then slot it in with everybody else's. It's going to be a big kind of 3D jigsaw. It's going to feel like this, piecing everybody's in together. So if you could do that for me, that would be great. Email it over to me. I mean, some people have just sent it through a Teams chat. You're very welcome to do that as well. Okay, so either of those ways to get those files to me would be great. And if you can do that, by the end of today, or maybe at some point tomorrow, if you're watching on a catch-up, that would be really great. So that maybe by the end of tomorrow, which is Wednesday, I can get some kind of a representation of what we've achieved here going out live. Yeah, that would be really cool. So, guys, I said we were going to take it till about 4:30. It's just gone 4:30. It's been really, really good. I know that we've had some people here because I've seen all of the contributions. I've seen the numbers coming up on the screen, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm so pleased that we've had a few people kind of tune in and just have, hopefully, a little bit of fun singing at home. It is weird when you sing by yourself, but know that you're always singing as part of a much bigger team because everybody else is there in the distance as well. Okay, well done today, guys, and it will be lovely if we make a big success of this, and then we can do it in another time, maybe next week at some point. Okay, cheers, guys. I will see you all soon. Some of you in lessons, some of you for some more enrichment, and yeah, take care. Bye. Am I sure?